All right, everybody, we are getting back to it. Up next, we have Ariana Tiwari presenting on how to streamline your sales process with PandaDoc.
All right, I fully understand I'm standing right in between you and cocktail hour, so we will jump right in and get you to that bar. So it's so nice to meet everyone. My name is Ariana. I lead product marketing at PandaDoc. You saw me 5 seconds ago. And I'm super excited to talk to you about the sales process today. So, a question that many of us have probably asked is why the sales process is so painful. It seems like it should have come a long way from where it was, but it is still a terrible experience for a lot of reps. And it comes down to the fact that managing documents is painful. You have all sorts of documents in all sorts of places. Finding them, maintaining control of them, and tracking them throughout the document management process is a pretty awful experience. This is what a lot of reps feel when they are trying to go from contract to close. It's a disastrous mess, things are in different systems, data gets lost, and it's a disjointed process when you're trying to create a document and get it out for signature. There's a number of tools that sellers use. They're all over the place. None of them talk to each other, data is disjointed, and customers feel this. They see this on the other end. They know when there's a delay and something's coming from a different system that doesn't exactly look like what they got before. This is real. This is something that our sales team feels every single day. And it has consequences, right? Losing control of your documents and data means that you have poor forecasting. Your customers are frustrated. Documents are missing. Things are wrong. Your sales cycles tend to be even longer. But the actual cost of this really is time and revenue at the end of the day. So close one is more like close when that document is missing. So let me tell you about PandaDoc and how it can actually help change that when to a one. We take this chaos, this disastrous mess of where is a document, where does it live, and who has it, to this. We create some order from the chaos. So we specialize in document management systems for sales teams. What does that actually mean? We start with where your document lives, a contract repository, the templates that you use every single day. We integrate with your CRM systems like HubSpot, Salesforce, et cetera. And we provide tools like Configure, Price, Quote, so that you're doing everything in one place. We take that and we help you generate the document. What are you actually selling to a potential customer? We have something called smart content, which means that the content of your document changes depending on the type of deal or customer that you're sending it to. We do approvals for you. We'll automate that. Redlining so that negotiations are easy. We'll help you sign, maybe notarize, depending on your need. Process a payment and give you analytics. So an end-to-end, that document is living in PandaDoc, and we're taking all of the mess out of it. So we're gonna see it in action. There's no sound on this video, but that's okay because you have me to narrate this video. But basically what this is showing you is how we make sense of where your disparate tools and we pull them into PandaDoc so that there's one source of truth for all of your documents. All of it happens in one place and you're able to track it end to end. Oh, there is some sound, a little bit out of a laptop. And all of this happens with a drag and drop editor. So you'll notice that all of the examples that I'm gonna show you today, there's no coding. There's no disgusting back end where you need a developer to maintain and keep this running. Anybody in this room can use it if you know how to drag and drop something onto a document, which I bet most of you do. All the way through to signing, collect the payment, you're in one place. You know where everything is. It's super flexible too, so you can customize this to actually show the data that matters to you at that point in time. and it gives you an overview across your entire sales cycle so that you can spend time watching planes take off instead of tracking your documents. All right, we're almost at the end here. Okay, so how does this actually work? Let me break it down for you into the details. The first is that we bring tools together, tool consolidation. Who enjoys jumping between tabs and copying and pasting manual data back and forth? How well does that work? Not well. So bringing all of these tools together, what I'm showing you here is our HubSpot integration. Decreases the time that you spend moving data back and forth, automates filling in some of these fields, and decreases errors. You never want to send out a document with a blank field, missing a customer name, missing a signature. And that's what this solves for you. It actually will pull fields from your deal card directly into the document and fill it out the way that the customer has asked it to be filled out. These integrations mean that reps stay in the place that they are spending most of their days, which is their CRM system. We bring all of this into your CRM system, which means that they can do what they need to do every single day without hopping back and forth between systems. So if HubSpot is their source of truth, stay in HubSpot. We're not here to change their behavior. We're here to help them do their job better. What that means is they save time. 80 hours a month, our customers tell us, is what they generally save by using PandaDoc to track their documents and keep it in one place. That's 80 hours a month that they could be spending talking to prospects, outbounding, playing golf, eating dinner with their families. At the end of the day, it gives you your time back to spend it how you need to. All right, the second piece, less errors, which means faster sales cycles. What I'm showing you here is some automations. So what we will actually do is take some of these steps that you need to get a document out the door, and we'll automate it for you. It takes the guesswork out. So what that does is actually lets you set up an approval workflow. For a new deal over $10,000, this person, and this person needs to approve. There's no more guesswork. It's built into the product so that a rep simply presses next step and it routes that doc to exactly where it needs to go. You'll notice also that we'll build in the branding to these templates, right? We have a huge template library that takes the guesswork out of building a lot of these documents from scratch. And what you can actually do is insert smart content into them. So for a new deal, please insert our full legal disclaimer and a description of our services. For a renewal, they already know who we are. They already signed this. Don't include it and save those 19 pages that they don't have to scroll through. One of the biggest things that has made a difference in the lives of sales reps that we actually launched September 18th at HubSpot Inbound is our CPQ tool. This one is near and dear to my heart. This actually is one of the coolest things that a rep can use. Generally, if a company has over 6 sellers and over 10 products, a CPQ is a must-have. Why? Because it actually standardizes the way that you build quotes. What it does is behind the scenes, you've got your sales manager or your RevOps lead that are building rules that guide how quotes are created. So, maximum discount on this product, 20%, cannot be overridden. New deal, use this template that looks like this. A renewal, this is the clause that needs to go into it. Always co-term these 2 products. This add-on means you need this onboarding automatically added to your quote. These rules give guidelines so that reps actually only see a form, a drop-down form, that they enter in the basic information, and PandaDoc will generate the quote for you that is in compliance with the rules already set, with the approval flow already built in. What that means is that every quote looks the same no matter which rep it came from. That's not always a given. Whether the reps are in the same time zone, in the same team, whether they're mid-market, enterprise, or small business. It's standard, and it looks like it's from the same company, because at the end of the day, the customer does not care about your org chart. They only care about what they're getting. All right, and the last one. Tragic, we're missing this beautiful video here. But it's less emails into the abyss and more pitches that actually land. What does that mean? We've talked a lot about data this afternoon. Data is the key to unlocking what works, right? This means that your customers are never gonna leave you on red, because you're gonna know when they opened that document, who they shared it with, and what pages they actually looked at. Did they make it to the end? Did they spend the most time on page 2, which is the quote? Did they actually interact with the content that you spent time sending to them? Oh, there we go. That's not a given. When you send out an email, how do you know if someone opened that PDF? We'll tell you. We'll tell you if they ever opened it, or whether they sent you straight to spam. What we'll also do is give you a bird's eye view over everything that's going on, so that this rolls up to a lead or a RevOps manager or your CRO, and they can understand everything that is happening on their sales team in real time. This kind of data is huge, especially for small businesses, because it gives you a point in time where you can assess the health of your pipeline and your business, especially as you near the end of a quarter. We've heard time and time again that this has been a life-saving dashboard as you approach end of year, as you need to hit a number and you don't know where you are in that phase. All right, so I'm great, right? I'm good enough for telling you how PandaDoc is going. But as we heard from Bruno, there's no substitute for real people who have used the product telling you how they use it. Your customers are always going to be your best voice. Let's see if this one plays. I'm going to talk you through it because there's no sound again. This is showcasing one of our customers, Nomad. What they do is leases on rental units. They are the biggest, they're near and dear to my heart because they are the biggest fan of our HubSpot integration. Their HubSpot integration actually lets them send out leases at scale, quickly, from a number of their rental properties, no matter where their lease agents are located. From using this integration, they reduced their document creation time by 90%. 90% time savings on each lease agreement, through templates, through branding, and through automating a lot of the approvals and steps that go from document creation to signing that lease. Most of all, it kept all of their stuff in one place. They had agents printing things, running around with a pen and paper, losing pages of their leases. Now it's all in PandaDoc, and all of that is taken care of. So basically, to sum it all up, this is where a lot of companies still are. This is where we started. This is the order that we try to bring to this document management lifecycle so that you don't actually have to think about where your document is. You can do more of the actual work that you enjoy, that reps actually show up to get done. Brings you from close one to close one. Thank you.